Welcome to another Ecological Niches video. Today, we're going to try something a little different and take a step back and talk about some terms that we've been using in videos that are common in ecology, but not common in everyday conversation. The first of that is the predator-prey relationship. The predator-prey relationship is one of the central or main ideas in ecology. Almost all organisms on the planet are either predators, prey, or both. A predator, in the simplest sense, is an organism that eats another organism. And the prey is the thing being eaten. There are classic animals that come to mind when we think of predators. Some of those, which I have footage of anyways, include wolves, who prey upon organisms like bison, deer, and elk. Foxes, who may prey upon squirrels, chipmunks, along with many other small organisms, and wading birds that eat fish, insects, and clams, like the great blue heron, stilts, egrets, cranes, killdeer, and many more. Well, that sounds easy enough, right? Well, too bad. The world is not actually this simple, and neither are the relationships between organisms. Some organisms are a little harder to identify where the relationship is and where they belong sometimes. For instance, like this raven here. It's eating another organism, but it didn't kill it. It found it dead. Where does this fit? Is it a predator? Is this prey? Where is it at? That is why there are other levels to how we categorize organisms, including scavengers, who find dead organisms like this raven and use them for energy that would otherwise not be used. What about the organisms videoed here? What are they? They are definitely eating another organism, but calling them a predator of those plants, which actually is correct, doesn't tell the whole story very easily. This is why these predators are called herbivores, or primary consumers, meaning they eat an organism like plants that make their energy from the sun. Those organisms that do get their energy from the sun are called producers, because they produce the organic or living molecules from the sun that sustain all the other life forms, including themselves. Yes, I know there are other organisms that are producers who get their energy from other places other than the sun. If you want to talk about those, put them down in the comments down below and tell us your favorite one. There's also a misconception or an idea that creeps in that's not quite correct, is that an organism can only fit into one box and not into multiple. However, with a little thought in the right direction, that thought is easily changed. Take this bear here. It can eat berries, roots, nuts, so it's obviously an herbivore. But as you know, it eats things like bugs, rabbits, squirrels, and more. And other bears, like this grizzly bear here, being so big, can sometimes eat larger prey, like elk and deer. This is called an omnivore. Just as many of us humans do, these organisms eat producers, often plants or plant parts, and other organisms, like we eat chicken, beef, fish, and more. Bears are also a very good example of scavengers, like the raven, because they can find the kills of other organisms who have died, or other organisms who have been killed, and eat those as well. Then there are the classic decomposers who take dead stuff or other organism waste, to make it simple, to consume it and produce waste that becomes parts of soil. This includes the bacteria that are found in everything that break down and use all the energy they can from whatever they find. It also includes worms, insects like beetles, more bacteria types than you could possibly fathom, and other organisms as well. These are the most basic relationships that organisms have. There are many, many others that hopefully we can cover in future videos if we get more footage and time, and of course, viewership. To that last point, we appreciate all our subscribers and encourage those of you who are not subscribed to click that red button under the video. It doesn't cost you anything, and for your benefit, it just makes sure that you have our videos in the tab at the bottom on phones or in folders, other devices, and that you don't lose out on any channels you subscribe to, including this one. For channels like this one, it tells the YouTube algorithm that this is content that people enjoy and want to see more of. It is a better indicator than a like, which is also very appreciated and also impacts who sees this video. If you know people who would like this channel, feel free to share it with them. Our ultimate goal here is to tell people about the cool world around us and to inform people about the ecosystems and organisms that exist in every ecosystem in all parts of the world.